The city of Tamarac, Florida is known as the city for your life. Tamarac is a vibrant, thriving, multi-generational community located at the edge of the Florida Everglades and within Broward County, which is Florida's second largest county. Founded in 1963 as an active retirement community with pristine golf courses all around, the face of our city has experienced continual demographic change in the last decade, from our median age to our population and cultural diversity. And through the years, Team Tamarac has kept pace. From our scenic parks, festive community gatherings and cultural events, public programming for all ages, beautification programs, technology and infrastructure upgrades, emergency response services and development. Tamarac's talented employees never fail to meet the evolving demands of our growing city. That's why Team Tamarac is the pride of our Human Resources Department. The City of Tamarac's 13-person HR department serves our city's 460 employees through 6 major functional areas.
To ensure that Tamarac is a dynamic workplace in alignment with our city's 2040 strategic goals, our multifaceted, full-service, centralized HR team strives to attract and retain a skilled workforce, sustaining a culture of excellence in an inclusive environment where employees thrive personally and professionally, while providing exemplary customer service with a smile. Tamarac employees have lots of reasons to smile. The city's 2020 biannual employee survey revealed that most employees think the city of Tamarac is a good employer. Overall satisfaction with employment at the city remains high. Employees believe the city did a good job during the COVID-19 pandemic. We celebrated this feedback in 2020, a year that challenged Team Tamarac and, well, the rest of the world. In March 2020, we closed our City Hall doors, shifting by force to a virtual workplace due to the onset of the devastating global COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the uncertainty, our team met the challenge. We conducted the city's business virtually, eventually instituting safety measures based on CDC guidance to prepare for the return of the staff and community members.
And just when we thought matters couldn't get any worse, Tamarac, like the rest of the nation, felt the impact of the murder of Mr. George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer on May 25, 2020. While rallies and protests took place in neighboring cities, the tension that swept the nation made its way to our City Hall doorstep, prompting our city manager's office to tap the HR team's shoulders for a solution. That's how Conversations to Heal the Divide came to be. Week following the murder of George Floyd, we had an executive team meeting, but it wasn't like a regular executive team meeting. We talked about what the nation had seen that weekend on CNN, on channels worldwide. One of our members of the executive team told us he couldn't explain to his children, who were 9 and 13 at the time, what he had witnessed that weekend. It literally was a murder on national TV. One of the members of the executive team said, if we're feeling this way, there must be employees that have these same experiences that need to talk about it. The city manager's office looked at me and said, we need a forum where employees can come together, have a discussion, a tough conversation about some of their fears, some of their frustrations, and the social unrest going on in this country. We have to take a stand. I got together with my staff, with the HR team. We came up with what we call Conversations to Heal the Divide. And in the midst of COVID, we were able to get together in a safe environment at our community center, spread out, and with masks on. At the time, our city manager's office led the conversation. I talked about my children's experiences and some of my experiences. And then the employees jumped in. We met with about 70 to 75 employees in about 7 different sessions. We had one virtual session. And what we heard on those days were frightening in some cases, some were encouraging, but at the end of the day, the mere fact that the employees knew that we as an executive team took up a call to action spoke volumes. I believe it brought our city and our employees together.
When we were having the conversations, everybody adhered by the guidelines and the rules that were set prior to the conversation, so it allowed me to feel safe. Conversations like this are very important, especially in the workplace. It allows people to see how their coworkers are directly affected. A conversation like this has also helped me, and it's given me the courage to actually speak up and to speak freely on situations like this.
The reason for me to participate in this type of conversations was oriented more in the personal side. I wanted to learn some of the tools and hear some of the opinions that others have regarding to different races and cultures, because I have at home a little one who is mixed, Latin and Black African American. I wanted to take advantage of this to raise him and guide him in life. I feel grateful. That shows the city have some concerns, sympathy, and cares about the employees.
Armed with this information, we took action. We refreshed our employee cultural competency training. We established a diversity, equity, and inclusion advisory board for the residents. And we worked closely with law enforcement to strengthen our relationships with our staff and the community. And perhaps of the greatest impact, we adopted our city's first diversity and inclusion statement and posted it proudly throughout city facilities. Sadly, the conversation revealed several instances of unkind park patrons calling city employees racial slurs and telling them to return to their countries. Unacceptable. Today, you'll arrive at any of Tamarac's 11 city parks and spot our racism-free zone signage. The HR team was also instrumental in the research leading to the Tamarac City Commission's adoption of Juneteenth as a recognized city holiday in 2020. The city of Tamarac beat our federal government to the punch. On Juneteenth, all city facilities are now closed, and our community has a new cultural heritage celebration to enjoy with our neighbors.
In our region, Tamarac is known for its healthy workplace environment. And in the face of overlapping national crises, Conversations to Heal the Divide, our out-of-the-box, HR-led, city administration-supported initiative validated our culture of caring, listening, and taking action in the midst of adversity, even when the conversation is tough.
And our efforts didn't go unnoticed by the local news media or prestigious professional organizations. The City of Tamarac offers a supportive environment, a culture of excellence, and a highly skilled and talented workforce. This is who we are. It's where our success is rooted. And the Tamarac Human Resources team is committed to preserving this feature always.
In case you haven't realized it by now, Tamarac is a dynamic workplace. To the International Public Management Association for Human Resources, thank you for acknowledging and celebrating the commitment of our dedicated, hardworking, and forward-thinking team of public servants. Thank you to our employees, the city's elected officials, and the city manager's office for making the work we do meaningful.